Vacations will never be the same. Welcome to the theme parks of Universal Orlando Resort. With spectacular hotels and more, Universal Orlando offers an entire week of vacation awesome. Visit universalorlando.com.
Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and joining me today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I am Michelle Marquardt.
Yeah!
Yay!
Michelle Marquardt.
Michelle, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Michelle is a social media and branding consultant?
That's correct.
I need to write this shit down.
You have to say it. You have to whisper it. It's part of
what I'm a brand whisperer.
I'm a brand whisperer.
You are, though. But yes, so a brand and social media consultant. So what does
Correct.
that mean exactly?
A lot of it means I ghostwrite for executives.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I am like doing their Twitter and LinkedIn profiles and things like that.
Yeah.
I might be dating myself, but do you know that show on PBS, Ghostwriter? Where it's like a ghost that writes on the computer?
You lost me at
wow.
PBS.
Yeah.
If it's,
Oh, man.
If it's
I
not
remember
like
that.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, I don't know.
I remember that.
It was like a hip. It was
Ghostwriter.
a hip 90s show
Okay.
called Ghostwriter. And literally, if I'm looking at my laptop right now, Ghostwriter would just like swoosh across and like write his like hidden message.
So kind of like the net-ish.
Yes.
It was
So
like the
like a-
net. It was like it came around like Hackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie Hackers, and it was like
When like the guy comes on your screen, it's like, bruh.
it was like
Yeah.
when the
Take your-
internet was first like coming up.
And so everybody's super scared of it.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
But,
But
maybe
you know,
not.
Ghost.
But speaking of the net, we're going to be talking about today on our Hallmark Talking A Gift to Remember,
A Gift to Remember.
which is very similar to,
While you were sleeping,
yes,
Oh,
Dude.
it's this one.
this
basically
The one that we
opening
just said.
scene, I'm like, so this is while you were sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Without the very charismatic and charming Sandra Bullock.
one. Hey,
But
but
Peter Gallagher.
yes, but let's not discredit
Yeah, Peter
Allie
Gallagher.
Liebert and Peter Port, who are the stars of this movie. A Gift to Remember.
A Gift to Remember.
So we're going to jump right into it. Basically, Allie Lambert plays Darcy, and she works at a bookstore, much like Meg Ryan in You've Got Mail.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
And she works for like the town bookstore, which I don't think they ever actually named.
Chaucer's.
Oh, Chaucer's. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Chaucer's.
But they're
Competition to books.
Books is the rival bookstore, Drew.
Oh, is Books? Is that like a Barnes and Noble jam?
No, they have more things than just books.
Oh,
They got a Ferris wheel. They got
a fucking Ferris wheel in their bookstore.
I just said that.
Oh,
We
okay.
never actually see.
We never see books.
we never see books, but they're like Books with Books has so much more stuff than just books.
but meaning like they're a big.
Right.
and-
Probably a
and-
chain. I mean,
Tom,
with a name like
Tom
books,
Hanks
books,
works
books.
there.
So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
okay. While
Yeah.
you were sleeping, meets You Got Mail.
Yes,
Got it.
Pretty much. Yep.
they're in Philadelphia, or
Yeah.
or Philly, as we say.
Yeah, but
That-
they
we
don't.
do say that.
No, they
More
don't.
on how they mispronounce city names
Oh
later.
my God! Yes,
How they
because
pronounce what?
you'll get
You'll get it.
Okay.
We'll get there.
So okay. Darcy's this girl. She works at a bookstore. She rides her bike. She wears her helmet. She's totally a square.
Dude,
Oh,
can we
no.
also talk about how she rides her bike? Like Wizard of Oz, like dun 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 dun
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
She's like, also wearing heels in the snow in Philly. You would get your ass kicked in Philly for riding a bike, period. But then in like your fancy dress clothes to go to your bookstore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it just kind of showing that
punch.
she was like, she's
She's-
like, I'm conscious.
No.
No,
No.
like
It-
I'm
okay.
12 and I I don't understand Uber.
Yes. Well,
Well,
basically,
in general, Hallmark does not understand Uber.
we'll
think.
see in Finding Santa starring Jodie Sweetin coming up soon.
Oh,
Just plugging that one really quick. But no. So Darcy, she's like, working at this bookstore, and they find out pretty quickly that the bookstore manager is going to be retiring.
He's going to San Francisco and realized all of his dreams. So they need a new general manager.
Yeah, so they need a general manager, but no one wants to step up. Not the other girl who works there who has brown hair.
I thought it was kind of auburn.
Oh, yeah.
And actually like the first realistic auburn hair color in a Hallmark movie ever.
She wasn't the redheaded friend. She's the auburn-haired friend.
Oh.
Yeah, which
Changing
she
it up a
immediately
little bit.
had more credibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this person is just working here while she's in school.
Let me tell you can't trust them gingies.
Is a regular person. I have red hair, just so
You can
that
speak to
our listening audience understands.
I mean, really, Michelle, you should be on this channel.
Yeah, you're gonna be on this channel.
I don't know. I don't know why you're not.
I need both of you to be on this channel.
Well, that's the movie that's going to come.
I think this is the goal of this show. God damn it! Patrick Serrano will be the fucking gay best friend on a Hallmark movie,
And Michelle will be the redheaded friend.
and Michelle will be the redheaded friend.
Or the auburn.
That
hair
is
friend.
like,
Perhaps
girl,
Auburn.
Yes. So,
that one.
okay.
Well, both of you will have that line. But
So
you know what I mean.
the manager is like trying to find a new manager, but nobody really wants to step up. There's also
Correct.
like a questionably gay Asian friend or
Josh.
Asian worker,
Josh,
Josh.
yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's there, and like I really wish they like leaned into him being gay, but it just was not.
That
they
was,
can't do that
and to be honest, this was pretty POC. This was pretty representative of a nice.
They did a good job with the POC on this one.
Okay.
without like drawing attention to it. Like, I mean, when we get to the incomparable Mrs.
Yes.
Henley.
Oh, we will get there. Don't worry, Drew. So Chaucer's does this big Christmas Eve event, but now
Huge.
Books is also doing an event on Christmas Eve.
Totally
to
ripped off their idea.
rival them. Just
Bastards.
the worst.
Bastards.
Yes. So Darcy's like all annoyed about that.
Super
and
focused on work.
She is. She goes home. She reads her like book in her big comfy chair.
Which that's not a comfortable chair.
It did not look comfortable.
Don't we all know that comfy chair is a couch? And not,
Couch, not a chair.
It's not a chair.
Or
and
a
this chair in
recliner.
particular is not a
It
comfy
did not.
chair.
It was not a recliner.
There isn't room. It's like kind of short, so there isn't enough room to like tuck your feet up under yourself and get cozy.
Yes.
And she fell asleep in it, supposedly, and was not able to set an alarm and was very late to work.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I'm queuing up a video because we're going to talk about something really quickly. But ignore that clapping sound you just heard. So she goes home and she
To
like
a fabulous apartment.
a great
on
apartment on a-
bookseller's salary, which is like $7.25 an hour.
well, the minimum wage is $10
Okay,
an hour
I worked
now.
at Borders and it was $7.25 an hour.
Hey,
that was a long
that
time
was
ago.
like
But
that was when
my
we were starting
full-time
out.
job.
That's
That was
probably
my
when we
full-time
met.
job. I was at Second City.
Oh well,
I worked
Ooh,
at Borders.
You
too.
did?
You worked at Borders too?
Yeah.
I worked at the one at Clark and Diversey.
I didn't work in the one in Chicago.
oh. Well, I worked
all
at
the same.
Starbucks, so I win. Anyways, so
You do. You had benefits and shit.
I didn't redeem any of those.
I got to take paper books.
didn't
home,
use any.
paperback books.
I was
home.
way too young to
No,
use any of my
I didn't
insurance when I
care.
worked at Starbucks.
Anyways, so she's like reading a book and she's
Yep.
like making origami for
Snowflakes or some
snowflakes.
shit, yep.
I don't know. She's
Sure.
gonna be forever alone.
Yeah,
So-
they're painting that picture for
Yeah,
sure.
she's like the spinster book reading
Who's like-
bike rider.
Oh, like she's like, I do. This is who I am.
Yeah,
She's like not even looking. There's like not even any like history of any person
no,
ever.
she's content
sparking
working at the
interest.
bookstore.
Good for her.
and
Maybe-
riding her bike.
Yeah, good for
Yeah,
her.
Yeah.
exactly.
So then she's like, wait, I'm just making.
She's
I'm reading
overslept.
through my notes. So she oversleeps, okay, and she's in her big ass comfy chair, and she's like, her Asian friend Josh calls and he's like, "Hey girl, where you at? I'm not gay, but hey girl, where you at?"
He says it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
says that.
He basically says that.
Basically. And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." And earlier in the movie we didn't touch on like there's a handsome stranger that always walks by the store with his dog. Mm-hmm. He's very handsome. Did you think he was handsome?
Great smile.
He looks like Prince Eric.
Too pretty though.
Is this
for
the-
my
Too pretty for
taste.
you? Is this
the
I,
main-
I
the
like
main
him a
guy?
little
A little
rougher
rugged.
around the edges.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy.
Is this the main guy?
Was prettier
Yes.
than me.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
I don't like men that are prettier.
He looks like
than me.
Superman.
No, he is
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah.
He has played Superman before.
And Drew, like, so the thing about him is, like, he's usually more rugged. So he has a beard and a lot of his stuff.
Which
like,
that I could get on board with.
he's very fine, very fine.
Okay.
But in this clean cut version of him,
It's Hallmark version of him.
it's very vanilla.
Yeah, but that's kind of what people want.
Yeah, you don't want to scare anybody.
You want a nice, clean shaven man.
With well, you don't want the fundamental bit about Hallmark movies is they're never sexy.
You don't.
They're never sexy.
Yeah, you don't want to.
There's
It's
You
like
don't want
Ken doll sexy.
That's
so
right.
you're handsome. You have no genitals.
They have
you
to like
wet
Duggar's
plastic.
side hug. Like
Yeah.
you can't even like hug someone from the front.
Yes.
And absolutely no fucking beards.
No. And I was watching with my friend Rich, who he's like just, the most gay.
I love that comment.
But like this guy wears like sweatpants throughout the whole first part of the movie.
Yeah.
So Rich is like looking for like John Hamdick. Like hanging out. I'm like,
Sure.
no, he has like on a dance belt. He has on
It's strapped down.
underwear. He's not wearing boxers and just flopping around. He's
No.
well secured in those sweatpants because this is Hallmark.
There's
and
probably like a person that is like that's their job on Hallmark movies.
Yes.
Is like no bulge,
Penis wrangler.
penis
yes,
wranglers.
It's
Yeah.
not like
Just
Survivor on
rein it
CBS
in,
where they
get it
have like
down.
dicks flopping around.
They're like, look at this picture of my Aunt Edith. Like,
Yes.
just always there at the ready.
So Darcy is
opposite of a
Oh.
fluffer.
Exactly.
the opposite.
anti-fluffer.
An anti-fluffer
Anti-fluffer.
on each set. Anyway,
So Darcy is rushing to work. She's riding on her bike.
Dun, 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 dun.
Absolutely.
I've never seen anybody ride a bike.
And the handsome
more stupid.
stranger is going on a big trip. He's like packing a bag, but first he has to walk his dog, Bailey. So he's walking his dog, Bailey, and what happens? Darcy has to sideswipe. She's almost sideswiped by a car. So to avoid the car, she swerves out and runs directly into the handsome stranger who has green Christmas cards. They're very green.
They're like neon green.
And they don't come into play.
Which, weren't you immediately like, pick up the card, open it, find the name?
Yeah.
Duh.
Return address.
There
whatever.
it is on the card.
Anyway, so
There's
he,
your person.
he gets knocked out and he's unconscious. And we're like, you're like, oh no.
And yet, like, not a scab on him or anything else.
You can't mess up that pretty face.
Just a concussion.
no, yeah, you can't have blood.
But we
Hallmark.
also get a shot of his wallet
And iPhone.
and iPhone
Combo.
being washed away by
It style.
by a
Down a
rush of
drain.
water down
When-
a drain. Not raining, not snowing. Just
Well, there's Hallmark snow, which doesn't move or,
It's
Oh,
cotton.
but there's snow like on the ground.
So yeah, that whatever precipitation.
Yeah.
That's so hard to
God.
say. But whatever it is, it comes into a big rush and pushes all his personal information down
All
the
of
drain.
it.
So we don't know who he is. He's still a mystery, and he's at the hospital. And now Darcy's left with Bentley.
Bailey.
Bailey.
You know.
Bentley's such a better dog name.
It's a way
Agreed.
better
Let's
dog
he
name.
from here on out. He's Bentley. Yeah.
But she's like the like EMT on the scene's like, well, I guess you better go find them.
I also and they're like, oh, you're not pressing charges on you like for like
no.
erratic bike riding.
You
or,
just
like
rode your bike
like,
into a
almost
man
killed
and
this
killed this
person
pedestrian,
and, like-
but whatever, no big
like,
deal.
So she's got his
The,
house keys
the cops don't even come,
and his Christmas cards
and his dog
and his dog Bentley. Who we're now calling him Bentley.
Bentley, which is such a better name than Bailey.
Yeah.
So she
Okay.
goes to the hospital, and there's Nurse Nancy.
her real name is Brandy Alexander, which is like old man drink / hooker.
Yes.
Like there's just no way around that. Her real name, the actress's name is Brandy Alexander.
Oh, poor Nurse Nancy.
Coming up on stage 2.
And another person of color, by the way.
Yeah.
She's actually pretty cute. So she's like, oh, well, this sucks that this happened, but dude has no memory, so you better go talk to him. I guess I'll let you do it. You're not family or anything, but you have his dog.
Let's just break all these policies and rules.
Yeah.
That, HIPAA standards.
And Darcy, just walks in the hospital with the dog.
Yeah, and that's also fine.
Yeah, no.
He can't
she's
remember.
opening the door to the hospital, it's like no bikes. She has a bike. No dog. She has a dog.
Bike.
And no something else. I didn't see what the something else was, but it's probably loser bookstore employees.
That's right. Yeah.
And
Named Darcy.
No loser.
No loser
bookstore
bookstores.
employees.
With a prominent mole.
Not at this hospital, because we know for sure you don't have insurance.
And that half smile of hers.
So of course he awakes, but doesn't remember anything except his dog's name. Mm-hmm. And then Darcy. So here's where I brought my clip, because this movie was not on YouTube yet, which I don't watch these movies on YouTube because that's illegal.
It is very illegal.
I only watch it on Hallmark Channel. Mm-hmm. But if I did, I would probably watch it at 2 times the speed, so I could speed through them really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And
although the commercials are just so bad they're good.
But I brought a clip today of what Darcy doesn't do, which was what I was expecting her to do. And this is a clip from our girl, Sandra Bullock. Okay? Ready? And here we go.
How did this happen?
He was pushed from the platform at the train station.
Who's she?
She's his fiance.
His fiance?
Yeah. Peter's fiance?
Peter's engaged.
Yeah, I thought. No. Wait.
Maybe he was busy.
Too busy to tell his own mother he's getting married?
Peter's getting
Only Jack were here.
So the whole family gets all outraged because he has a fiance and nobody told him. But in this movie, Darcy comes clean right away. She's like,
I'm a bookseller. I'm boring. I ride a bike.
Yeah, but she's like, no, I hit you with my bike. I broke into your apartment, by the way. And I kind of just
Here's
looked
the thing.
around.
If you break in, I'm digging through everything.
Yeah.
I'm going in drawers. I'm not just going to be like, I will take a quick look, see.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out who this person is.
Well, that's weird.
No. Well,
No, it's not. This is Hallmark movie land.
she's like, I hit you with your bike. I'm really sorry. I don't know you. I've never met you. And I went into your apartment to drop your dog off or whatever.
Missed opportunity.
And he's like, okay, well,
okay, bye.
No, he's
In the movie.
I want to get my memory back. So if you could go bring me back some things, that would be
Some
great.
stuff, that
would
would
be
be cool.
awesome.
But
Okay.
don't pack any fresh underwear or clothes for me.
No.
Just bring framed photos.
But that's
and my houseplant.
Does he have family there? Or?
No. So this is where it gets tricky, Drew,
Okay.
because you're
Yeah.
going to ask all these questions and I cannot answer it yet.
Okay.
That's right.
I cannot, because there's a big twist. And we say about the spoilers, if you for some reason can't predict the ending to the movie,
Hit pause.
hit pause. But we're going to spoil it for sure.
Oh,
Yep.
absolutely, for sure.
I will say this one, I was pleasantly twisted.
Really?
I will say
Okay.
pleasantly twisted and then disappointed. I was happy with the twist. Anyways,
Anyway,
we'll get there too.
so,
I like
yeah,
the
so-
twist. Also the man's apartment was like Peter Gallagher's, and
Yes.
thinking very chic,
Very
very
white.
sterile, very wonderful. I mean, that was Chicago and this is Philly, but whatever. It's
Yeah.
basically the same concept of this is a man who is
Yes.
not tied to
Yeah.
anything.
Right. And so
warm.
Darcy goes with Mrs. Henley, her landlord and only friend, landlady.
Okay.
Well, she does have Chef Boyardee,
Who's that?
Luigi.
Oh, God.
Which I just started calling him Chef Boyardee because she has this Italian guy who gives her food all the time, and
He
he's
works
such
at a place called Luigi's. His name is Luigi, and he literally just
does a bad
Throws,
Italian accent.
throws lasagnas in her mouth as she's biking by.
And she's like, "Thank you, Luigi."
Yeah.
Wait,
You're the best, Luigi.
Nice,
wait, he literally does?
Pretty much.
His name, he's like, hey,
He's Chef
I
Boyardee,
can't do an
man.
Italian
It's
accent,
Chef
but he's like,
Boyardee.
No, you did
hey,
it.
Darcy. Yeah.
You needed
that's
a
it.
noodle.
Do you want a
yeah.
pizza?
You don't eat enough ACDs.
So we're
That's
talking
it.
about
I get
people
it.
of color, but yeah, that was a bad stereotype.
So he was bad, but to counter him,
to counter him, Miss
we
Henley,
have the lovely non-sassy,
non-sassy.
older African-American woman
Yeah.
who is just a delight.
She like, so
She's wonderful.
she's the landlady for the place that Darcy lives in, and she loves Christmas. She loves decorating. Like, we don't get the montage of like somebody decorating. She's just like
Always
asshole,
doing it.
asshole decorating. Like she when Darcy, like, we didn't even like touch on this before, but when Darcy's like in a rush and like trying to go like to work, the landlady decorated her bike with like Christmas lights and ribbons and shit just to be an asshole.
I love it. I love Mrs. Henley.
yeah.
I don't like that she doesn't have a first name, but I love
She
Mrs. Henley.
definitely doesn't have a first
She
name.
also, I'm concerned about her Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition, and I think the actress should look into that. If you're listening, Mrs. Henley,
What's that mean?
look up Hashimoto's. It's like Graves' disease, or it's a thyroid issue. But
Yeah.
like her eyes are really bugged out,
Oh.
and I'm just really worried about it. I think she might have it.
What?
Serious.
Hey, well, Miss Henley,
That's the thing.
go
If
see a
you're
doctor, Miss
listening to this-
Henley.
Yep.
But loved her. So she
Mm-hmm.
goes with Darcy to, you know, get some things to jog Handsome Stranger's memory.
Right.
And in the very nice place that
His
is very
apartment.
sterile,
Right.
she finds a box, a Christmas present, and Darcy's like, "You can't open that. It's
It's
a Christmas
conveniently
present."
been wrapped. Like lid is wrapped, box is wrapped.
Yes,
But
and-
you can open it.
And
So
Miss
like a
Henley,
Christmas present.
yeah, but Miss Henley's like, you wouldn't take the time to wrap a lid on a box and then the box. That's extra steps, you know,
So she's
Unless
doing
you really
unless you
cared about
really cared.
So she's doing some
the gift.
detective work.
Yeah, so she's the detective. They're totally Nancy Druin, and Miss Henley's like, oh, let me just look at this box real quick.
Darcy, drop it. Don't. You do it.
Yeah,
Don't.
Miss Henley
Oh.
drops the box, air quotes. She
Holding the lid,
totally did it on purpose, and it's an engagement ring.
which looks just like mine.
Really? Oh, it does. Oh my God, it does.
I was
Wow.
obviously
Were you freaking out?
Ecstatic.
no. I am. Yeah. No.
I mean, 'cause-
I'm just like, is this about me? What
Oh
the
my
hell
God,
is
is this
going on?
movie about me?
Do I maybe not remember actually who I am?
That's why I don't. That's why I haven't seen any of these because that's what I worry about.
You're
You're like,
worried.
oh no,
Like, is this me?
it's me.
This is about
And
me.
I'm Darcy. Fuck, I'm not fucking Darcy.
Is this about a guy that runs a podcast
I
network?
would, I would not ride my bike in the snow.
Probably next year, Drew Bear. Probably
Yeah,
next
but
year.
seriously, like, it's a 3-stone
It
ring.
really is, and it's
with
beautiful.
2 princess side cuts. It's exactly the
I
same.
really like
ring.
that ring.
Thank you.
Anyway, so she like grabs some stuff. She grabs some pictures. There's like a picture of a pretty lady.
One purple cashmere V-neck.
Yes. And he is like at the hospital and she brings all the stuff to him. And again, she's full disclosure like, hey, I found this ring and, you know, you might be engaged to somebody. So you might have like a potential girlfriend. Do you remember anything? Is this jogging your memory? He's like, nah, I don't remember a shit. Like, I don't know.
Nope, I know my dog. And I think I remember you from yesterday. Like, he's
Why does he remember his dog? Do they? No, they're not going to explain. Never mind.
They don't. They don't get into
I'm
that.
not. I'm not even going to ask that.
But
That's a silly question.
So I'm trying to read my notes. Like there, I wrote my notes in paragraph form because they're for the blog. But so the next big thing I have is that they get this potential girlfriend, and they have the photo, and it turns out that she is a dancer from New York because Miss Henley, who would just be a person of color, just like helping the white person, actually has a backstory, and she used to be a dancer in New York.
and recognize like the logo of that dance theater, which they call New York Dance Theater or
New
something.
York
like,
Dance Theater
It's like
Place.
the dumbest
Dance Theater Place
name
America.
of a
And then Darcy's like, how do you know that she's a dancer? She's like, well, look at her
30
build.
years ago, I was in dance. Well,
Yeah.
I was like, well, duh, look at her. And also the way her posture is.
Yeah,
Like,
she's like
clearly
literally,
It's a picture of her dancing.
she's
like,
literally in a
those
tutu.
are point shoes.
How do you know she's a dancer?
No, but yeah,
Girl, she's dancing.
But she's regular. She's a regular picture, but you could tell.
yeah, absolutely.
But so now we have a key, another clue.
Very mysterious, very fun.
Although if I'm Darcy and I'm like, oh, your girlfriend's a ballet dancer, I'm out.
Right? You're like, I work at a
I
bookstore.
fold.
Like, cool.
I can't put my arms and legs where that bitch
Oh.
can. So okay.
So, she goes and tells William, because we find a business card now. His name's William.
He's in PR,
So he's in PR.
but has no social media presence.
No social
As
media
a consultant, I'm just like, I'm making a pitch now.
What are you doing with your brand, William?
How are you in PR and you have no social media
PR
presence?
the shit out of your Instagram.
Self.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have it. So he gets released from the hospital.
He's ambulatory, as they say.
Yes. But they still need to like watch him because was unconscious and like lost his memory.
Doesn't know who he is.
Yeah. So Nurse Nancy's like still around, but she's not like, there all
In
the-
nurse clothes,
Yeah. She's basically
she's in
just
street clothes.
She's in civilian clothes.
but she's
Yeah.
still
I get you.
nursing it
I
up.
get the idea.
Yes. So then Darcy goes to New York. She like asks her coworkers to go with her, but they don't. They're like, "We're
Which
too
is
busy."
lame. Go
Yeah,
to New York.
be
It's
fun.
a quick train trip.
Yeah.
Also,
Or did they just don't like her?
Darcy doesn't do. I think you're onto
She's
something
like,
there, Drew.
"Can you guys go
she
to New York
acts
with me?"
like this is going to like Tokyo.
Yeah.
Philly to New York is a 45-minute train
Yeah,
trip
that's
that
an
many
easy
people
one.
do daily. They commute that way to their job.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh,
They
this
do.
is why. This
It's
is
like,
why
it's
though.
just no big deal.
This
and
is why they made that, because this is written and filmed probably in Canada,
of course,
and
it is.
they're
Right.
like, they just were like, Philly, big city, New York, another big city. Whoa!
Somebody
super far
Googled just
away.
one thing and
Super
said
far
you can
away.
take a train
Yeah,
there,
They don't
and
have
that
time
was
for
it.
that shit. They just got to
Which
write.
they
their
did know you
shit
could do it in a
down.
day. I give them that.
Right.
But like Darcy is just not the kind of person to do this kind of spur of the moment stuff. Something's happening to her, you guys.
She's becoming
Things
a
are
woman.
happening.
She is
Things are
finding
happening to
herself.
her. Yeah,
And
she's-
she goes to
she
New
is.
York and she like meets the ballet owner of the ballet company theater, and she's like, "Hey girl,"
who's answering phones.
answering phones in
In
a
a
leotard.
leotard.
Stop. Yeah, absolutely in a
Oh, God.
leotard.
And her wrap skirt and every ballet cliche
I was
ever.
very disappointed she wasn't Russian.
Yeah, that would have been. That'd been great.
She wasn't, but she was like, "What are you asking me about this dancer? I'm not giving out her personal
Also,
information."
doesn't every website have like, here's our principal dancer, here's her name?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, no, they want to
just
be famous.
at every turn, I'm like, use social media to
Use social
Does no one
media.
else like stalk the way I do? Like, it was all there. Like,
Yeah.
anything that you need to find about a
Darcy's
person is
about
out there.
books. She probably doesn't even have a laptop.
I'm sure she does. I mean,
She probably doesn't even have one.
or Kindle.
Or yeah, nothing. But she somehow convinces this woman to give her the info, so she calls and leaves
Which
a
is
voicemail.
big for Darcy because she was mousy before and
Yeah.
wouldn't have stood up and said, "Tell me, I want to know. I'm not leaving here.
Right.
This man doesn't know who he is," and she gets a little upset. And she
Good for Darcy.
Good, yeah, it's a
and-
big moment for
and
her.
she's like, got the info. She calls, leaves a voicemail. But now, well, she goes back and she decorates. We have the decorating thing, Drew, which happens.
yes.
So this is great because this is one of those that, like, out of a lot, well, most of them,
Yeah.
where it just happens to take place during Christmas,
Yep.
and they're like, oh fuck, we forgot about
And
the
now Christmas,
part.
damn it.
Christmas
Yeah.
part, do the Christmas
Christmas.
thing.
So they decorate, and he's like, "Wow, I really love Christmas. I don't understand why my apartment's not decorated for Christmas
Not
because
even
I
a
love
tree or
Christmas."
anything,
Like,
right. I know. I just know I love Christmas.
yeah, I know I love it. Maybe
I don't
I'm very
remember,
busy.
but I know I love
Oh,
Christmas.
you would always
I
remember.
know I
if you
love Christmas.
or not.
Yes. So they're decorating to very sultry jazz music.
Agreed.
Very sultry.
It's very like it was decidedly different than the music elsewhere in.
Not that
I
Pinky
won't call it a
Plunky.
film, but it was like
Yeah.
and now it's like
And he's like, "Oh,
like what
I
is
just
this?
had
like
a,
enough that I noticed it. I
Yeah.
was like, what is this music?
He's like, "I just had a memory. I just had a flash." I was a teacher of art from 3 through
Yeah, I know. I love the
K.
specificity.
So
3
specific.
through 5th.
3 through 5th
3rd
grade.
through 5th grade.
And he's like so excited that he has a memory.
Which some writer in Canada was so proud of that because
Yeah.
they don't say, year 8 through 5 or like 5 through,
Right. Like,
years.
we're writing this in American, not in Canadian.
That's right. So they said, I think they call it 3rd through 5th grade, not year 3 through 5 year.
Through 5 years.
Yes. But
Okay.
then, Drew, comes the twist.
Give me it. Give me the fucking
Door
twist.
opens.
Knock on the door. A man comes into the apartment. And he's like,
Call
"Hey,
Bailey away. Which
Yeah.
I thought was the funniest thing ever. Get this dog off
get
of me.
Bailey out of here." And he's like, "Aiden, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in." I can't even mispronounce the city. Can you
He
do it?
said yes because I literally had to stop because I was.
I rewound it as well.
Akron. It's Akron, Ohio.
Akron,
But
Ohio.
in Canadian, they say Akron, like it's space.
Yeah. So he's like, "Aiden, you're not in Akron."
I just lost my shit. I lost my shit so bad. I was
That's
like,
good.
did that just
So
happen?
great.
I had to
So
DVR
the
rewind
twi-
that shit.
Wait,
I'm like,
what's
at
the
that
twist
again.
then? What?
The twist
oh,
is William is not William. William is Aiden. And Aiden is staying at William's place.
They're college friends
They're
from
college
Ohio.
friends from
the,
Ohio
The
State.
Ohio State University.
I applied there. Didn't get in.
Stupid people.
It's fine.
wait. So the twist is that
He's not who we thought.
He's not who we
That's
thought he was the
not
whole
his
time.
apartment. He was like house sitting for someone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He came to get the ring.
He came to get the engagement ring because it's his mom's engagement ring.
He
And
had
there's
been
a
hunting
there's a
it
sub
down.
twist. There's a sub twist that we'll get to.
Okay.
make it extra Christmassy.
You could probably
His mom is dead
oh right. His mom's dead.
because that's
Sure.
because
Yeah.
if it's Christmas.
But anyway, so his mom's like
and her
ring-
parents are dead too.
Yeah.
Sure,
Everyone's
sure.
parents
2
are
years
dead.
Everyone-
ago. in a
everyone's
car
Dead.
parents-
accident.
And Drew,
Everyone's
this
parents
one
are
they
dead.
do specify car accident. Car accident.
Yeah.
Which is-
well, that's an easy
That's
one.
pretty
a good
do
way
that.
to go.
Grisly for Hallmark though.
I mean that's kind of a. I
It's-
feel like that's a normal thing for.
It's
or
the
it's
preferred method of
standard-
death
because
in
it's like
Hallmark.
it's tragic, but like nothing was. It's just like that happens.
You know what I would love?
It wasn't
If
like
Hallmark
they were
did-
murdered.
No, I would like Hallmark to do a heroin overdose and be like super topical because
Yes.
heroin is killing Americans. Okay, so just everyone don't do heroin,
So heavy.
Don't
So
guys don't do
heavy.
heroin.
guys.
Hallmark sponsored by heroin.
If you're listening to this
There's
podcast
better
and you do
drugs.
heroin, stop it.
There's better drugs. Guys,
There-
do uppers.
Oh my God, stop.
Everybody do uppers.
No.
instead.
Just stick to wine, okay? Wine's legal. It's great. Anyway, so she like, I mean, I don't even know what Darcy does at this point. I guess. They go on the terrace and they have like an emotional moment. And this is where I'm gonna look up her name again. I'm scrolling up to the top of my notes.
Liebert?
Allie Liebert did a really good job with this scene. She cried real tears. Drew, goddamn with that ice.
She like ugly cried.
She ugly cried, but not Claire Danes ugly cried. She just like
Nobody can. Nobody.
nobody
ugly
can be
cries
Claire
that bad,
Danes.
yeah.
If Claire Danes was in a Hallmark movie, I'd die.
Immediate pour it up.
It would be immediate pour it
Yeah,
up. It would be
oh,
amazing.
absolutely.
And I hope I live to see the day.
Well, Dermot Mulroney's in
That's very true.
in one, so it's
So-
1 degree of separation.
Yes. Oh, very true. So anyway, so she's like, I want you to go live your life in Akron, Ohio.
A cron.
Akron.
Akron.
I
You
can't
have to
even
say it
say it.
like-
I can't even say it wrong.
It's that like abrupt Akron, and it's like because he's Superman and
it's the
Krypton
worst.
and the whole thing. I'm just like
So,
oh.
but before Aiden now goes, Aiden, formerly William, he's like, I saw you like really apply yourself and you helped me so much. Like, you should go for that manager position at the bookstore.
I wish I could see myself the way that you see me.
Yeah.
Is that a
She
line?
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. With like
Good.
the
That's
break in the voice. Very good job, Michelle.
But like, I think she meant it, man.
She
Like,
did.
I
Yeah.
think actually that actress was probably
I
like,
thi-
you were Superman.
Yeah.
And like this Hallmark thing is a big deal for me.
Allie Liebert's like, this is my chance.
This is my
This
chance.
is my moon.
because she's not and not to be rude,
She has
but
resting I smell a fart face.
she's not like traditionally Hollywood like star.
Yeah.
So she's a
She
little
doesn't-
shorter.
She
She's
doesn't seem like
She's
the
a
picture
beautiful
of her.
smile.
she's very
super
pretty
cute.
and
She's
super
cute.
adorable. But like, is she gonna be like in Pretty Little Lies or
No.
whatever?
Well,
no.
she's a bit too old for that.
Oh, I
Let's
guess.
be honest.
You know what? I was thinking of that other movie with Reese Witherspoon that has Big Little Eyes. Is she gonna be a Big Little Eyes? No,
No.
she's not.
No.
But she's like the age range to compete with Reese Witherspoon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's who she would remind me of if she were to be A-list,
Right.
but she's not.
No. But she brought it in
So,
that scene.
Allie, you do
Agreed.
this, and if you come back another time, I'm very happy for you because you did a good job.
You did do a good job, and it was kind of nice to see someone not so perfect looking in a role.
Not
actually.
so perfect and not so like jaded by Hallmark cheesiness.
Yeah, she just looks like a normal person. Like
Her
a normal,
IMDb is kind of sexy, as they all are, but like
Yeah.
she doesn't look like
She's
that.
somebody who I would co-star in a musical and be like, you're good. You're a good dancer and singer. You're better than me. That's for sure. Yeah. Anyways, I make it work. Don't worry, guys.
You have to sell it. You just, Patrick, you
you
sell
do.
it.
You do,
sell
Patrick.
it with your heart.
I'm not looking for compliments about my acting. Oh,
That's
God,
just the
that's so
truth.
embarrassing.
That's the truth.
Anyways, so he inspires her, she inspires him, and he goes
Yeah.
back to Akron, Ohio, and we
Akron.
get a nice shot of him.
Sorry, Patrick. It's Akron.
Oh, right.
Akron,
So
Ohio.
we get a nice shot of him pulling up to his home in
Which this is so funny.
Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, it's townhomes,
Yeah.
and I love that
Very
he's
suburbs.
like, I don't know which one it is.
No, he doesn't
Because
know
how
where
many
to go
times
to.
have you arrived at a townhome and you're like, what the fuck? They're all the same.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
Or they're like, but you came last year. I'm like, fuck you. All
That's
of your houses
why-
are the same. I don't.
I forget where I live sometimes.
I don't know the difference.
You get the corner unit
only.
only. If I were to buy a house, it'd be a corner unit.
And this was a corner unit.
Yeah, it actually was. So he
Upon arrival,
he pulls up to the place, and then he's like, "Sarah,
Small-
I remember."
young child
A child is standing in the doorway,
runs.
and she runs down to him. He hugs her, and then behind him, in a blurry fog of the camera lens, is a brown-haired woman who we don't know who she is.
Correct.
Oh.
But who could she be?
It's either the babysitter
No, Drew.
This is
or
his home.
it's her wife. It's his wife,
Right?
and child.
So, okay, that's what we're thinking. And then we flash for, we get a commercial break, of course, a well-timed commercial break for the suspense. And we're back at the bookstore. Darcy's doing the Christmas Eve event at Chaucer's Books, not Books. Everything's running perfect. They have a very like well-renowned book writer.
The book that she's been, supposed to have been reading this whole time. Which, P.S., she doesn't get past like the first 2 pages.
No, she just
to be like
opens
such a
the
book person.
Oh, like
she's
the author? You mean?
always on like page
Darcy.
3
Oh,
of
okay.
that book.
Yeah.
Like whenever she's holding it, it's like just try to move it along in the book.
Right.
You don't have to really read the book as an actress, but like you can open the book in a
Just
different
pretend that
part
it's in
of
a
the
different
book
place.
next time.
Yes. So
But she never does.
No, she doesn't. But it's all going well. She's wearing this very strange A-line
Oh,
dress.
it's not a good look for her at all.
I mean, I don't notice titties. I'm saying titties.
It was
Say
very
it.
bosomy
Say it.
without her really having bosoms.
Yeah, it was so strange.
She has like postpartum bosoms. I don't even know. They were just not
It was-
filling it out properly.
It was such a weird dress. Like, it was so poofy in the
and then
skirt.
sexy up top and very little clothing on top. And she's reading a children's book. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is, if Hallmark's ever been inappropriate, this might be the moment.
This is it.
This was
Getting
it. This
there.
was the reading. Hmm.
Oh, boy. So, anyway, she's doing all that. And then guess who shows up? Aiden. Aiden.
Well, she for
Wait,
Bailey, what are you doing here?
Oh, of course she's
Slash Bentley.
Well, because you hear Bailey like in the background first.
she's like, I know that panting.
yes.
Exactly. Which is what?
So he like reintroduces himself, and they're like, well, they go outside, of
What
course.
are you doing here?
And
And,
they're
with
like-
her with just a shawl
Yes.
in icy Philly.
And he's like, I it's nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Turns out the brown-haired lady is his sister, and the Sarah is his niece. So
Oh,
that was
okay.
just a misdirect from Hallmark. Bad Hallmark. How
Well,
could you do that?
I mean, that's
So
nice.
that's the twist.
pretty cool.
I kind of wish
yeah.
that had just been I'm with my wife, and I want to thank you for taking care of me. And
What?
look at you. You've grown as a person. And
Oh no,
that's
no.
good
Not
enough.
Hallmark. Are you talking about Hallmark movies?
You're
I know.
crazy.
You're
I'm
insane.
not. That would have made it.
Oh, there's probably a lot of different things that you could do to make any of these movies like better.
Like Kiss Before the End, which
Yep.
never happened.
Actually,
Ever.
it does.
Well, it happens
On
on,
Hallmark
movies and mysteries.
Movies and mysteries,
Yeah,
or
you know.
murder and
Blood curdle.
Those are definitely sexier, but like never on the Hallmark Channel.
No,
This
no,
was
you're
Hallmark
and you're
Channel.
right, and you're
Fair.
right. So that pretty much wraps it up. Any
Mm-hmm.
final thoughts from you, Michelle, about that one, or a gift to remember, I should say?
No, we covered it all.
Okay, so now we on the podcast we love to do this thing where we pour it up or we put a cork in it. Pour it up means we love it. Put a cork in it means you would not recommend it to a friend. What are you gonna do?
I'm putting a cork in it.
Putting a cork in it.
Yep, I'm putting a cork in it.
Damn.
I watch all of the Hallmark movies.
Well, you and
all
me
of
both.
them,
And you and me
both.
Cork.
Compared to all of them,
Compared to all of them, you would say this is still a put a cork in it of the season so far.
not. So I would say like not because I'm finally getting what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
is put a cork in it or
I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
like pour it up, put a cork in it, but based on all the Hallmark cinematic universe is what I'm calling it now.
Yes, and I am gonna oppose Michelle's opinion and say
Oh, okay.
I'm not putting a cork in it. I am pouring it up
Pouring it up.
because, even if Sandra Bullock's not in this and this is a Sandra Bullock knockoff, I can't. Any remake of a Sandra Bullock movie, I'm going to be about because I love Sandra Bullock. Like this could be Speed 2 when they're on a yacht, and I would pour it up.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Akron thing almost has me at pour it up because I laughed
Yeah.
out loud really hard.
Yes,
But
They showed their Canadian a little.
a little too hard.
Yeah, that's fun.
he was so flat. She was so forgettable.
Maybe it was
I
my gay boner for him, but he was so cute and like I just loved
so
him.
stupid. So I don't know life stuff.
I'm gonna say blind
Yes.
review.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say pour it up because there's a twist.
Yeah.
in it,
And
Which
which
would have
there's
been
never been a twist.
it's not a twist.
exciting payoff if that had been it, and she just
You're right.
had a better life, which she did.
From
that was nothing
from
of
a
twist
feminist
for me.
perspective, like
I think that's where I'm coming from, you guys.
and that
I think it's that I'm like, she's GM now.
it would be brave
She
of Hallmark
like,
to do
she's-
that.
Yeah, but they're not brave.
They're not going to do that. So if we're living in
And
the
so
trope,
I'm not rewarding them by pouring it up.
fine, fair, wonderful. Well, that wraps up our conversation on a gift to remember. But before we go, we have our favorite segment of the week, this week and every week, called "What You Say, Candace Cameron Bure." And Michelle, if you are not familiar, we check out Candace Cameron Bure's Instagram.
Oh my God.
This week is a big week because Candace Cameron Bure's movie, plural, Candace Cameron Bure's movie is
Twins.
coming out this week.
Yep.
It's called Switch for Christmas. And I brought the trailer today. I'm actually going to turn the brightness up on this because Drew was
Her
having
daughter
a
looks like Brie Larson.
yes, spoiler alert. Her daughter is in this movie.
Sorry.
So yeah, I know Michelle's very familiar, but Drew's
It's
not. So
killing me how much she looks like Brie Larson.
I know. I'm going to play the clip of the trailer.
Okay.
You can find this trailer on my Instagram account for the podcast, lifetimeoncourt.com or lifetimeoncourt. That's it. .com's the website. Whatever. Anyways, you get what I'm saying.
Anyway.
Social media guru Michelle can tell you all about Instagram and how that works. But so I brought the clip to play. Enjoy. If you'd like to actually watch the clip, check out the Instagram account.
But don't follow her.
Don't follow her.
Follow Busy Phillips.
Yes, follow Busy Phillips. Absolutely. Let me make sure my sound's on. And here we go.
They're actually
Candace Cameron Bure and Candace Cameron Bure star as twins who swap lives
Our lives could not be more different. No kidding.
and discover that Christmas is better when they work together.
You always make Christmas awesome, just like Mom used to.
With Happy the dog and
Dead Mom.
introducing Natasha Bure.
Mom? Yes.
Switch for Christmas premieres Sunday after Thanksgiving at 8. Part of the 5-night Thanksgiving movie event on Hallmark Channel. This
And that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So
God.
a lot to process.
Yeah.
So this upcoming Sunday, we're going to see Candace Cameron Bure in a movie with Candace Cameron Bure
Oh my God.
and her daughter, Natasha Bure.
I'm really excited about this one.
As you should be. As you should be. And you know what I love? Like, so in the 60s, Joan Crawford and Betty Davis had their daughters in movies. So this is probably the modern day equivalent of that.
Oh my God.
It's true. Christina Crawford was in some movies. I don't know if she was in a movie with Joan, but she was an actress. And then Betty Davis's daughter, who I'm blanking on the name of what her name is. I'm sure people are yelling at the
These people don't know what they're freaking doing.
but she was in what is that? Oh God. Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
Oh, yeah.
She's
Oh,
the
okay.
daughter, and she was terrible, terrible, terrible. So I'm hoping Natasha Bure is just as terrible. I mean, if she's anything like her mother,
She'll be
she
awful.
can't be good.
She'll just be
Oh,
terrible.
I disagree. I think she's going to be like,
Blow her mom away and be
yeah,
like
she's going to be the.
Academy Award winner
gonna be
next
so
year.
on it.
Winning that daytime Emmy. This isn't even applicable for a daytime Emmy.
or any of them. Okay,
Are there awards, Patrick, for these?
Yeah,
at all?
I'm gonna do an award for at the end of this.
Oh, this is great.
I'm making that up
The
right now.
the first annual.
The first ever Hallmark Awards.
It's not like it's not watched. It's like the #1 most viewed television right now because people are distraught.
Oh, I know.
People are unhappy. People are like, where do I go
To just leave.
just leave this world
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
and go
get
to
it.
a happier, more it's
Well, and
Canada, really. We'd all
Yeah.
just rather be in Canada.
Why not?
And Hallmark Channel takes us there.
That prime minister is pretty fun.
Yeah, he is. He's really good
But-
looking.
He's a fun guy.
Candace is going to be doing this, so we're going to watch it.
I think we have to say her full name every time we
Candace
mention
Cameron
her.
Bure?
Yeah.
Yes. Brett didn't really know a lot about her, which was surprising in the last episode.
There's not that much to know, if we're honest. It's just Full House and her brother and God.
She's in all these movies.
She's very Christian.
She is.
So if you pray to God enough, maybe that's why we're not on Hallmark.
Hey guys, I prayed for a laptop, and my dad totally bought me a laptop.
So
So
that
my
means God
Christmas
is
wish
real.
came true.
All right, well, I'm
God's
just
real.
going to start praying that I'm going to be redhead best friend on Hallmark's Movie and Mysteries.
You know, and I would rather be on Hallmark's movies and mysteries because at least then I can kiss with like tongue.
Yeah.
Or
I don't
before
even really-
or maybe more than once.
Yeah, you know, and kissing with tongue like on stage is not fun.
Gross.
Like,
Yeah.
I've actually had to do that with a lady in a scene, and it was sorry, Nicole Willig. You should follow her on
damn.
on IMDb.
Oh, no, is this a
I'm gonna
thing
shout
where
her
you're
out.
calling someone
Yeah,
out
no,
and like, oh,
no,
God.
she's a legit actress. Like she's in LA doing her thing. She's on like
Good for her.
all the fucking shows. She was on like what's that, Modern Family? She was on Modern Family. I know Modern
Like
Family.
before
I don't
like,
even know.
recent
I don't watch
times
that
or-
shit. But she's like doing her shit. But
for her. Yeah.
anyways, we had to like kiss in a scene in college, and like it was like a comical kiss, so we had to like lick each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is the only person who I would ever do this with. But on Hallmark Channel or Hallmark
Movies and
Murder
Mysteries.
and Mysteries, I would
Good.
kiss with tongue, and then I would kill them.
Mm-hmm. And then you kill him. Blood curdle.
Blood curdle murder.
Lifetime blood.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm
what
looking,
you get
I'm
for
looking
sexy
forward to
times.
Candace Cameron's movies,
Me
so we'll see. Michelle,
Yep.
where can we follow you on social medias?
I am UNCG Michelle on Instagram, and I am Michelle Tweet on Twitter.
That's a really
easy.
good foresight to have that. Michelle Tweet, like you got that locked down early.
I sure did. I was like the third person on Twitter, I think.
The
Probably.
third person ever on Twitter.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
don't know. Like, I mean, that's pretty.
Michelle
easy.
Tweet.
Michelle
Yeah.
Tweet.
That's
Two
good.
L's, the proper.
Do you
spelling.
live tweet Hallmark movies? Have you gotten into that?
I don't, because I use that also for work and things. And
Gotcha.
I one day want to have Candace Cameron Bure as a client.
That'd be amazing. But, you know, I really think she runs her own Instagram.
I think she does. I do. It does have authenticity. It doesn't have quality, but it has authenticity.
That's why I think that's why you know that you're like, oh no,
That's
she's
a
straight up
real
running it
dummy
herself.
person choosing dumb
It's
stuff.
kind of like Trump, where you're like, yep, that's definitely
that's
Trump.
definitely toilet
He is
tweeting.
He is tweeting.
That's
this
a
thing.
dumb tweet right there.
But then, like, Busy Phillips does a really good job, and she
Yeah, Busy
manages
Phillips.
her own.
Agreed. And it's about the person, like it all comes down to, right?
It does.
I mean,
I'm
if
just
you're doing
saying, like,
social
you
media
know-
right,
you
if
know it's
I like you in
legit.
person, I like you on social.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm picking your brain about social media later because, like, I don't know. I'm the resident expert of, like, the theater. Like, we're all
Doing great.
alumnus or whatever of PH Comedy Theater. And, you know, like, it's kind of like your insights are very valued. So I just really appreciate that.
It's refreshing.
But you guys should too, listeners. Like, you should check her out and maybe hire her for some social media consulting.
Hire that shit.
Because I'm going to.
Woohoo!
Drew, where can we find you?
I am on Twitter and Instagram. Both are Drew, but with pants.
Yes. So thank you both for being here this
Thanks
week.
for having me. This was wonderful.
This was so fun. And, like, you know, this, like, so many insights. Like, I love, we were talking before about bringing receipts. You brought the receipts about all your opinions, and you just, like,
Didn't like it.
you didn't like it, but you had
Didn't
reasons
like
to
it.
why. And you're not just like, oh, I didn't like it. You, like, did the time, did the research. So I appreciate that. Very good guest. Listeners, we would love to hear from you. Thank you for checking in on Lifetime in Court. We watch these movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to me on social media at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime in Court. And be sure to check out our website, lifetimeincourt.com, or drunk dial us at 872-267-4117 and share your thoughts. And that is it.
Yay!
Yay!
Bye!
Bye!
Happy holiday.
Happy holidays!
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.